I am just now realizing I never filmed yesterday, which was the 14th. So I definitely will be including a picture in my 1 second a day for tomorrow, yesterday. But today's the 15th. Was the fourth day of school. Students are starting to get the swing of things, which is nice. But there's some who not. And then I got a new one yesterday. That's probably why I forgot the film, because new one, you're trying to figure out transportation, all that fun stuff. But I'm currently just working on my small shop right now. And we have a Kona bean. Good morning. We are in our classroom. It is Wednesday, August 16th, which means it's the 5th day of school. So we've almost been in school a whole week. After today, we will have been in school all week, which is wild. I feel the most tired today. Even though I got okay, go to sleep. I think it's the middle of the week. Coffee has not kicked in yet. So we're kind of chilling. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Actually, no, I do know what I'm doing. I have stuff, but I need to make a chart for that. I need to make a consequences chart is what I gotta do. Good morning. It is Thursday, August 17th. Which means we've been officially in school a whole week now. 5 days down, 175 to go. Honestly, I saw a teacher last week after the first day of school. They're like, went down 179 to they're like, it's never too early to start a countdown, and I was laughing so much. But today, my students have iReady testing for math, which that'll take up a big block of our time today, which I'm excited for. I have a couple other charts I want to make. I started making like a used walking feet one. These things are great. They're like giant sticky notes, and it's great because you can put them on the board and wherever for like the posters and stuff. Also, I have 2 drawings. So we have this one that a student made. That's me. That's her. And then this is also me right here. I'm beautiful.
Please excuse this interruption. The next meeting with Ms. Hodges is being held now at the PLC pad. The next meeting with Ms. Hodges in the PLC pad at this moment. Thank you.
Go bestie, go. One of my teacher besties, who's now at my school, because I worked with her at my old school, and then I left, and then she came here this year, so that makes me happy. Nest is a program for 1st through 3rd year teachers in the county. So you could be teaching many years, but if you're new to our county, you're part of it. I am officially out of Nest because I am in my 4th year of teaching, which is wild. Let's get this up. I need the right student passcodes.
Good morning, and pardon the interruption. In the administrative conference room, we have a variety of Wawa coffee and sweet treats for our sweet teachers. If you have not helped us out, please come up and do so. Thank you.
I got Dunkin' this morning, but don't mind me if I go get a snack. I love me some free food. Let's go. Little update time. It is currently 10:15. Kids are at specials. After specials, we have our iReady diagnostic. It's math today. I need to organize all the papers on my table. But I'm currently working on my lesson plan format schedule for this week. I'm trying a new format on Google Docs. Instead of it going this way, I am gonna have it this way. We're gonna see if it helps me. I saw another teacher do it, and I was like, okay, I might try it. I usually process things like top to bottom, side to side. So that's a common day. When you're looking at an agenda for the week, are you a top to bottom person or like a side to side? Because I usually like process it like top to bottom, but some people do left to right, and I'm kind of curious which way like you do. Like obviously with reading, you read from top, left, bottom, right, but like I process the top to bottom first before the side to side. I don't know. I'm curious. Because that's also how like I was taught about a calendar, and I've had some people say their teacher had their calendar like all side by side. So I'm curious if it's part of that affecting it. but we have our iReady, and so I was writing student passcodes, and a lot of mine are either 4 turning 5 this month, or their birthday isn't till like January, February, March, May, even July of next year. So I have a young group, and when I'm saying that, I'm like, it makes sense, checks out a lot. But like teachers, you know the difference it makes when someone's like born in September versus and being the oldest versus like May. There's a difference. Gotta make my list of packing for the weekend. I have not started. Also probably should in a couple minutes go to the bathroom before, because I won't get a break until lunch. It was funny though, because the first 4 days of school we ate lunch with the kids, and now we don't. We're not required to anymore. Like they're like, why aren't you eating lunch with us again? I'm like, never. Like we do it again at the beginning of the next semester, but like I don't. Like that's my 30 minutes uncontracted time. It's also the 30 minutes that we are unpaid for, technically, because it's our break, it's our lunchtime. So even though the contract time's 7:45 to 3:15, technically lunchtime is unpaid. So like we're not supposed to have any students. I've definitely in the past have had some students, their parents like, oh, my mommy said I can eat lunch with you. I'm like, no, you eat the lunch with other kids. So yeah, I didn't film this morning in my classroom. I'm home now. I am wearing this sweatshirt has seen better days, but it's comfy. It's also my only delayed one. So funny story, sad story, I don't know what to call it. Was supposed to be on a flight today at 5:24 p.m. I left school at time, like contracted time was over. It said I was going to get to the airport at 4:04 p.m. That was a little close for my comfort, but I was like, I do it. I can get through the garage. I can get through security. I can do it. What I didn't account for was all the garages being closed. So the entrance I come in, the sign said all garages open, and I was like, cool. I see which one my terminal is in. I go to that garage. It's barricaded off. It says garage A closed, use terminal C, which terminal C is not connected to the main part of Orlando's airport. And so I go over there and I'm like, I go in it and I'm just not seeing spots. And I'm also like, I'm so far away. I would rather go to garage B because I can at least, I know it's connected to the main part where A is. I just got to walk through the food cart. I do that. I get to garage B. It says it's closed. Go back to C. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess. And I'm like, maybe I should have just stayed at C. Should have gone there. By the time I get back to C, they are now closing off C because C is also full. And the guy who was doing the barricades, didn't really seem like he knew too much about the parking lots because the car in front of me asked, and I could hear it because I just rolled my window down. And he's like, they're all parking, go. And it was like, okay. And he was referring to the 4 cars that were in front of the car that was in front of me. So I'm like, guess I'm just gonna follow the cars in front of me. At this point, I was full on bawling, crying, panicking. Like I was confused. I was on the phone with my mom, who I was supposed to be flying with too. And it was just chaos. And so I'm talking with her. They're weighing out options. I was like, you just figure out I'm like, when I get off this, I'm like, I just kind of want to get home. I was panicking. I'm like, don't worry about me. I'm like, at the point I had given up because I was panicking. At that point, I was so not calm that I knew there was no way I could fly in that moment. I was just like, I need to get off. I need to go home. I need to chill. In the process kind of thing. And so I followed those cars and they all went different directions. I followed one and then I ended up getting myself back on 417, but my GPS wasn't going. And I know how to get myself on the 417 to UCF and Disney if I'm coming from my house or I'm coming from Disney to my house. I could do that. The airport's not really something I come out of much. And so I didn't know. So I pulled off on the shoulder of the road, typed in my mom's address because I knew it was close to the airport, and I'm on the phone with her, and the lady's like, if I can get there to the airport by 5:03, they'll hold it. I wasn't even gonna get to her place until 5 o'clock, so that her roommate could drive me. So it didn't work out, and so I'm just I'm giving up. At one point I stopped in a Dollar Tree parking lot just to calm down. It's a whole hot mess. But I am now flying out tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn. Well, not the crack of dawn. I gotta get up at the crack of dawn, but works out for a reason. But this is a sign to me. I know that I am a person. I am like, you know, all those like, you know, they make all those funny like jokes and memes that like dads will get you to the airport like 3 hours before your flight. I much prefer that. I am a person who I would rather be in the airport and sitting at my gate for a long time rather than like doing it like right up until like the point where you're stressing. So that's just me. But it worked out better, I think, for me because tonight I was supposed to have like a connecting in Atlanta and like layover. It'll be a direct flight to Philly, and I'm honestly kind of glad about that. We have a photo bean, and I ordered food because I was like, after that, I'm like, I deserve to order food. So, yeah, that's where we're at currently.